Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samuna Casey, actor producer, and this is my channel dedicated to personal branding. Are you looking for some fun and practical way to deal with your emotions, deal with your feelings? Then you want to watch this movie, A Beautiful Day in a Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks. Anytime Tom Hanks' positivity and motion pictures coming together, you do not want to miss that. In the beginning of the movie, Tom Hanks sits there and says he is happy to see you. And then you believe him that he is actually happy to see you, and I am here happy to see you too. Every week Friday, I post reviews of different movies and how it is helpful in our personal branding and our personal life. For that, you'll have to like, share, and subscribe this channel. Sony Studios have produced this movie. And they have a bunch of researchers doing research about what movie is going to do good in the market. In other words, they know what we want. So that means we need this movie at this time in our life. It's about accepting people the way they are, exactly the way they are, and then telling them that we like them. I like you. These three simple words can have such an impact on somebody, sometimes we can't even imagine that. This movie is also about dealing with our emotions, our anger, resentment, and hatred towards some people in our life. And this movie talks about forgiving people. And it says like forgiving is a decision that we take for our betterment to let go of the other person. It's not for the other person you forgive. You forgive other person who hurts you for your mental health, for your betterment. The movie is also a brilliant example of a beautiful storytelling style where you use one method of making to tell a different kind of a storytelling. Let me explain. In the beginning of the movie, you feel like you are in a studio with Mr. Roger in his show watching the puppet show. But as the story progresses and it seamlessly transits from the puppet show to the real movie into the real life of the characters. That's the most brilliant way. And there is this point where Mr. Roger, played by Tom Hanks, is explaining in his show how they make newspapers, how they make magazines, and then the magazine making process seamlessly transits into the real life of the characters. And then he starts telling story of that character. I know I can't explain it in words properly. For that, you will obviously have to watch the movie. And also from the acting point of view, in this movie, none of the actors are acting. It's a contradictory idea. Any good school of acting will tell you not to act. You have to live the character. And once you live the character, the audience will believe you. So this was a seamless experience of acting, movie making, emotions, and beautiful picturization. You Got to Do It, the last song of the movie, is really one of the highlights where Mr. Fred Rogers, who inspired this movie and also inspired a whole generation through his shows, where he talks about the subject that's supposed to be something only grown-up talks, but then he says like children are their own person too, and they do understand, they hear you, they understand you, so it's better to have the real conversation with him. In the song You Got to Do It, Mr. Fred Rogers in his own voice sings this song, and it reveals in the movie how they use miniatures, how they did all the settings, how they shoot it. I mean, after the movie, the process was even more magical. Every week on Friday, I'd review some movies, sometimes new, sometimes the old ones, and we discuss how it's useful on our daily life and on our personal branding. Please watch the movie A Beautiful Day in a Neighborhood, played by Tom Hanks and inspired by Fred Rogers, a host and producers of children's program of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood from 1968 to 2001. In that show, he talked about difficult subject, emotional and practical issues that we don't really talk with children. But then he said, children are people too. And if you talk to them like person to person, they will understand. And then you will have less friction with your children. Children will accept you the way you are, and you will accept them the way they are. And if you are interested in personal branding and growing your business through video marketing, bless me with your half an hour. Book a free half an hour discovery call with me. Link is in the description below, and I'll see you next time.